greatest features of the 2012 Smart Hub experience is the ability to download entertaining and useful apps from Samsung Apps. And so many of these great apps are completely free of charge. Follow along with these steps to learn how to download a free app for Smart Hub. From your Smart Hub home screen, navigate to and select the Samsung Apps section of your screen. Here, you will find all of the apps that Samsung Apps has to offer, divided up into search-friendly categories. Navigate to the category of your choice, and then scroll through the various apps until you find the one you want. Select it by pressing Enter. Now you can view the app's details, read a description, and preview some of the app's screens. When you are ready to download your new free app, choose Download. You'll see an Install prompt in the bottom corner of your screen. Select OK to continue. Your app will now download, and you can see the progress right on your screen. When the app is done installing, simply select Run. And now you can begin enjoying your new free app right away.
Yeah, it'll be like...
The living room's dark, save light being cast from the big TV screen and the imminent sunrise that's teasing the one starry sky with whispers of morning. You sit there alone in your one-bedroom flat. You stare straight ahead with controller in hand and you marvel. Yes, you did it, you made it, game over. And the world is saved thanks to you. The people pray for a hero when you answered the call and you did a good job. You gave it your best and you're proud of yours. A little depressed that the world is saved. You stocked and prepared. At the end, your whole inventory was packed going in with equipment and items designed
Yeah.
Listen to this. All eyes are on what could be the Weather Channel's next named storm. Our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel, will break this tricky forecast down with expert analysis you can't get anywhere else.
And new jaw-dropping video showing a Christmas Day tornado tearing through Alabama. More about that severe situation live from the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta. You're watching Weather Center Live. And hello, and thanks so much for joining us for this extended edition of Weather Center Live. I'm Todd Sam.
And I'm Kyla Griffin. It is going to be a to remember, as we could have our third named winter storm of the month by this week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for some areas, we're seeing more snow in this one storm than we've had season, and after last year, it's
nature balances these things out sometimes, right?
It does times balance out. And I want to take you into the very latest on Euclid and what could be the next named storm. Send it out to our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel, in the Global Forecast Center. Again, still dealing with at least some of the wind there also across the Northeast.
Yeah, we are, Todd. That's exactly right. You know, the low pressure system is now moving off the coast of Massachusetts, paralleling the Maine coast, and behind it, some northwesterly winds are moving in, and some of them are pretty strong, gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour. So it is getting colder across New England, even though the snow is beginning to wind down. You can see that on the radar right in here. It just doesn't take much imagination to look, see, well, there it is. The snow is kind of falling apart a little bit anyway across parts of the region. Across eastern New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire, and southwestern Maine, I couldn't find any reports of moderate snow in the last hour, so it's all light snow. And notice a couple things here. This is showing you basically the rain-snow line, which earlier was right along the coast of Maine, is now getting pushed to the south. Now, what that tells us that northwesterly winds are now beginning to overtake even southern Maine, and that's behind the low, which is out around here right now. So, and that is going to be tracking parallel to the Maine coast. So colder air is going to be filtering in all across this region overnight tonight and blow that snow that's accumulated on the ground. Farther to the northeast, this is where the moderate snow is going in. Down eastern Maine, Presque Isle, Holton, Caribou, all reporting moderate snow. That's accumulation rates about an inch an hour, maybe even more than that in some cases. Really here, you're going to remain snow the entire duration for the next 24 hours, and you will get likely up to a foot of snow in some cases. Looking at the poor visibility across the region, really, it's improving, though. Looking across Burlington, Vermont, Lebanon, New Hampshire, Rutland, Vermont as well. Your visibility is a couple of miles, at least 9 miles in some cases at Burlington. That's up a lot from what it was earlier, where the visibilities were down well below a mile. And in Augusta, Maine, you still got a mile and a half there in some light snow. The reduced visibilities of significant consequence are in down east Maine and in northern Maine. So let's track that low. I'll show you. This is where I was pointing it out. It's east of Cape Cod right now. We're starting to see that northwest wind in place across the region. It is going to continue to move toward the northeast and parallel the Maine coast. The rain will not get onshore into Maine. The rain won't, and it will likely remain all snow across the entire state of Maine with heavy snow, the heaviest of all snows with this system right now, looking to lock in there on eastern Maine. Here's some of the reports that we have from recent hours. Lebanon, Maine, 12 inches. That's not Lebanon, New Hampshire. Manchester, New Hampshire, you got 8 inches, and some other locations very close to a foot of snow. And additionally, between now and tomorrow evening, maybe another inch here in the Ohio Valley, in the backside of Euclid. But the real significant stuff is right here with 6 to 12 inches northeast of Bangor, where I think you'll still have a good, 2 to 4 inches, maybe 3 to 6, just a little east of you in Bangor. So still ongoing in farther eastern parts of Maine and New England. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, that's great. Thanks so much. The snow finally arrived in the Northeast with more than 750 flights canceled by mid-morning.
Yeah, frustrating for people trying to get home. Meteorologist Eric Fisher, he's in Lewiston, Maine, where the snow's been coming down steadily all day.
Well, snow started a little after midnight in this part of Maine last night, just starting to wrap up now, and the totals pretty impressive around here. About a half foot here in Lewiston, but just outside of town, we saw up to 9 inches of snow in Portland. There's a snow to beat the band, especially earlier on today, and some 12-inch totals. Places like Rockland County and Rockingham counties have been coming in with some more impressive numbers up into the mountains. You'll be seeing up to 18 inches of snow before all is said and done. Whiteface up to 20. Bottom line is the big story has been the lack of winter over the start of this year and certainly last time around. Now things are quite different. 65% of the nation has some sort of snow on the ground. That's more than any day at any time all of last winter. Here we are in late December. There's plenty of winter to go, so maybe things will be a little bit different. Seems like most people here in Maine were happy to see the snow fall. Our businesses closed, state offices closed. People stayed home. The ski areas, they are in business. We'll keep you updated here throughout the evening as things start to